Hello everyone, good afternoon. Hope you had a wonderful morning with good breakfast. And here I am again. Today I'm starting another series on economics. The idea here is to basically teach or give lessons on economic subject, different concepts in an easy way. I'm going to be following a university standard textbook for explaining different concepts. Hope you're going to enjoy it. Economics is fun. Let's start. So let's see, what is economics? What do we mean by economics? You might have heard people say, okay, US economy, it was bad in 2008, it's improving. Chinese economy, European economy, other Asian countries' economies, Indian economy, for example, or South American countries, South American economy. Different countries, they have their own economic system. However, basic fundamentals, they remain the same. Um, so what essentially do we mean by economics? Economics is, in simple sense, it's analogous to, say, physics in your physical science world. In the same way, economics is another field of study in social science. So economists, they try to study the behavior of behavior at a large scale among people when they consume something, they produce something, and there is a buyer, there is a seller, and different agents are interacting, the different factors are interacting. So essential idea here is to study the behavior, and let's say, for example, why there is inequality in the wealth distribution in the world. It's a typical question, right? So economists will go and try to develop some model and study. So let's try to put some definition on this term. Economics. Economics studies the allocation of scarce resources among people. What do we mean by that, scarce resources? Say resources at large. For example, people buy and sell stocks in a stock market. So economists will go and study how the stock market is functioning at large. In same way, some other example that, for example, interest rate. Government decides to hike the interest rates. How it's going to impact a common man or common person, whether they can afford, or whether there will be a problem of default, so many defaults on housing mortgage, and so on. So in other words, we can say economists study markets as they are an important means to allocate resources. Good. What are the main purposes we economists are trying to, to solve, or trying to do here? So mainly two kinds of purposes come in literature: positive analysis and normative analysis. What is positive analysis and what is normative analysis? A positive analysis means that you do some analysis without being judgmental. Okay, let's say government tomorrow announced that they're gonna give extra benefits, or they're gonna invest money uh, in startup companies to help unemployed people. Okay, how is gonna impact? Or government decides to change its foreign policy. how it's going to impact on domestic economy, or foreign affairs in terms of import export and so on, without being judgmental, just as it is, what it is, what it's going to impact. That means that's positive analysis in theory. What is normative analysis? Means that the economist is trying to analyze certain things, and in the end is going to give conclusion. So being judgmental, let's say cost benefit analysis. Good. Let's say big company, they want to invest in 10 different projects. What are the different costs to do 10 different projects, and what benefits it's going to bring? Monetary benefits mainly. So those sort of things. So I hope that you got fairly basic idea about economics. Now important term comes opportunity cost. As theory defines opportunity cost, the opportunity cost is the value of the best foregone alternative. Let's say today you have time in the evening and you want to utilize your time. So the value of the time would be different for different person. Let's say you may go and watch a movie with your friends, or you decide to stay at home and watch my video lecture, right? So the value would be different. Okay, so what is the opportunity cost for your time? Okay, so what is the best alternative you could choose at the time? Let's say you have ticket, right? Somebody gave you the ticket, so you don't have to spend money on the ticket, but you're going to spend time watching that movie. Whether you like that movie or not, that's a different question. Or you just want to be socialized with your friends and you decide to go for a movie. Or you just wanna stay at home alone, I just wanna learn something, and you go to Lip Professor YouTube channel and you watch my videos and decide to learn something better. So where gonna be the opportunity cost? It's just you're at home, you're not going anywhere, you're not spending your money in going in, either you are driving by car, so you're gonna spend some money, then the cost of the fuel, then you're gonna buy something to eat when you're watching movie. So all costs associated plus your time. And here at home, you're just internet is there, and you pay once in a month for internet cost. That would be tiny cost for that time which you're gonna spend watching my videos. And the benefit, see, you're gonna learn a lot of different things watching Lip Professor YouTube channel. Think about it. Okay. In other words, what we can say about opportunity cost of a purchase include more than purchase price, but all of the costs associated with a choice. Like as I said, not only your movie ticket, but the cost going to cinema, coming back, spending money on your food and other items, and indirect cost, or like you're socializing or spending time, blah blah things, and all this cost plus your ticket, right? Okay, let's try to go a bit more in detail. Let's say there is a puppy on sale, and puppy is saying you, do you want to be my owner? What do you think? I mean, there is a significant cost, and puppies are not very cheap. They are costly, and their recurring cost associated with each puppy, cleaning cost, their food cost, you have to take them to walk every evening and whatnot. But still, many people like to have puppies. Why? Because they think that the benefit what they get, what they have in owning that puppy is more than the opportunity cost. You got it? Let me rephrase again. Economic view of the world is that people acquire pets because the value they expect exceeds their opportunity cost. It's an important term here. Think about it, and you can see in your day-to-day life. Happy puppy. Okay. Another important introductory thing here I would like to discuss about economic reasoning and analysis. What economists do, how they reason, what kind of questions there are, what kind of answer they are looking for. For example, as I was saying earlier, how can the wealth inequality be explained? It's not that we are just playing around in words, but is there a model which can explain that? Isn't it an interesting question? Another interesting question is what the effect of a policy change, say for example an increase in military spending or an enhanced environmental regulation or educating unemployed workers will be on people and their ability to purchase goods and services they desire. Okay, isn't it a complex question to answer? So how do we do that? How the economist would go and do that? Simply, like in many problem areas, we use divide and conquer approach. Those who are not familiar with the divide and conquer approach, I would recommend you to go and watch my video which I did a few weeks ago while I was teaching algorithms concepts. So divide and conquer in simple sense is that when you have problem at large, you just divide that big problem into smaller problems and then solve smaller problems one by one, and in the end you solve the big problem. Economists reason with models. Economics frequently models the choices that people make by assuming that they make the best choices for them. What does it mean? That let's say you have two options. Either you go to movie or you stay at home and watch the Professor YouTube channel. It depends. For some people, going to movie is the best choice. But for some people, learning is their priority and better choice. So they will not go to movie, but they will watch YouTube channel, watch the Professor YouTube channel. So it depends. No, not everybody is same. But how an economist can develop such a model which can explain these kind of questions. That's what economists do. They develop mathematical models to explain such kind of scenarios. Another important thing here to remember, many of you might be familiar with this already, sunk cost fallacy. What does it mean? Let's say it's a common tendency of people that they find it very hard to accept their mistakes. Let's say if somebody did a bad bet and invested in a poor stock, and the person psychologically will hope that it will go up and will buy more and will buy more. They are kind of fall in trap of sunk cost fallacy. Even though they know that the return on investment isn't worthwhile, the company is already going down, and yet people, it's the psychology which makes them, or it's a difficult question to answer, or maybe greed, maybe psychological tendency that okay, their money will, they can recover their original principal money which they invested with the more gain if tomorrow the stock goes up. So those sort of things, I think I explained how to invest. Those who are not familiar with that investments or financial analysis, I would recommend you to go and watch videos on financial analysis where I try to explain certain things in that area. Great, thank you everyone, and I hope you have enjoyed this introductory video lecture on in economics, or it's a starting first lecture for economics series. Um, do not forget to subscribe to Professor YouTube channel. This will help you to get notified new videos as soon as they are available on Professor YouTube channel. Uh, Thank you again and hope to see you again. Have a great day.